This is a ready body, the wood, the magnet, the PC board and the wires and the connecting pins. The rest is a little bit more complicated. That's the cantilever, the damping material, and I have the coils over there. I'll start with the coil. Put the other parts just in a safe position. This is a two-layer coil. A two-layer coil produces around 0.95 millivolts. So this is a healthy output. Untighten the screw. Take the coil. It's a 24 karat gold. What they use here. Very soft material. So if you make a mistake by an unexpected movement, the coil is broken. And it takes about 3/4 of an hour to have it remade again. Enlarge a little bit the gain and the sharpness of focus. That's it. I'll adjust first the lead out wires. That's now. Put a little bit of wire, so a little bit of adhesive around. With a pin, the pin adjusts precisely the quantity. Don't use the tube and just squeeze it, then the whole coil is done and gone. One drip is enough. Clean. Now it's becoming a little bit critical because these tweezers have really to smooth over the wires and never have any grip. If there's any any adhesive on this instrument, the coil is lost because it sticks together. One wire is fixed. The other one. I noticed I missed some sleep last night and carried some luggage. And the hands are a little bit less stable. So it's done. Absorb extra heat adhesive. Because too much is not good. Yeah, it's going fine. Use the soldering device to harden by high temperature. It needs about 5 seconds. Use the top to touch. It fits. So the heat transfer hardens the 1 second glue. I can smell. When it stops smelling, then I know it's okay. The next step is to put the damping rubber behind the coil. Damping rubber is 3 parts, a center and 2 small rings. And just turn. There's 1. It's 2. And that's number 3. And the cantilever. You can easily see over the camera. Adjust the wires again. And not tear them off. You can't apply any force on the wires and they are finished. Finished wire means a broken coil. When I'm in a hurry, sometimes I'm a little bit careless, and I break the coil, so it must always be controlled. Never get angry, never get upset. Always pay your tax. No trouble in the family. Especially paying tax is very important. The more tax you pay, the more quiet you are. Till you are so quiet that you can't move anymore. Then the taxpayer is happy and you were lost. So that's the inner ring is already positioned, and now I'm positioning the first of the outer rings. Now the second one. The rings are made of a very nice composition, what generates a very fast restoring action after the damping ring is compressed. Because if compression is faster than release, you lose quality. So the rings are positioned. Must be careful with the material here. And position the coil in the cartridge. That's it. Now a very important step is to adjust the position of the coil precisely at 45-45. Now I'm very lucky today. What I do afterwards is put the color rings so I don't have a lost coloring. That's fine. Let me see, where's my small here? I use a pressing force of around 23 gram. That's it. The rings at the rear, white, green, they try to escape. Yes, that's the blue one, the green one, and the red one. Now the only thing that's left is the cantilever. A stylus. I have already fixed stylus and cantilever at home, and the epoxy is hardened out in an oven, so it gets harder instead of natural hardening. But before mounting, I have to first, where's the special tweezer here? This is a tweezer to touch and grip the cantilever. Put it aside here. Now the next step is to connect the coil to the 4 soldered PC board connections. I have to be very carefully not to make any mistake or any accident, otherwise the coil is lost. It's 20 micron wire. This is the upper part. So I shan't cut off. That's here. Squeeze the top end to de-insulate, and the magnet tracks automatically my plier. Here we are. I'll take the minus wire of the left channel and fix it in the soldering joint. Yes. Done. That was the minus. Now we take the plus. Check again if it's a plus, because there should be a red. Yes, it is. Otherwise one channel is out of phase of the other one. And then I lose my phase also. One face is with PH and the other one is with an F. But I think pronunciation in English is about the same. And this was the one. This is a little bit more complicated to connect because I'm now connecting between the magnet and the PC board. It's one of the very few disadvantages of this design. That mounting is the plus. Mounting the plus is a little bit more complicated. First is to have very sharp focus. Second, to have a straight wire. And measure first before you solder. It's okay. Connected. The other way around. Connecting the right channel. First the minus. It's better to use always first the uncoated wire, because then you know the other one is the plus. Yes, is the minus. When you break the wire, you know the short one is the minus. Squeeze it again. That's it. Move also in the solid junction. I think we can play afterwards when everything is done, because there should certainly be a turntable joint is made. Now the last one, then that's the end of the difficult thing, but it's the most difficult connection. Is it a red one? Yes, it's a red one. Have sufficient free length. De-insulate. It's a very good microscope, really pleasure to work with. Check the length. It should be more or less okay. Yes. This is the most difficult one of the four. So don't breathe. It may take 2 minutes, but don't breathe. I have the wire now in the tweezer. Ah, I'm lucky, it's connected. So, check the connections, because without connections it won't play. Should have a reading of about 15 ohm. After it's connected, I adjust the wires in the gap. Is connected. Is connected. So now the difficult things are behind us, versus matter of patience. First adjust the wires, because if the wire touching the magnet during playing, it creates funny noises. The wire should have a loose end or a loose loop to absorb movements. The next step is fixing the cantilever. And mounting the, I check again the 40-45 degree. I need a little bit more pressure, because by doing this you can check the contact between the cross and the rubber. The preciser you have the 45 degree, the higher the channel separation. That's okay. This is the last difficult step, to grip the cantilever with stylus and fit it at the coil. And preferable the stylus at front, it works. Rotate. It's better I can do it by hand. Yes, a little bit too much. The preciser you do this, the better the cartridge will perform. That's really a matter of training. Rotate the stylus now till it points precisely vertical. Therefore I need the white background. It's excellent, it will play perfectly. So in 1 minute the cartridge is ready. And when I can find the adhesive, oh, that's strange. Oh yeah, here. Never touch with the pin the cantilever, always do that with the adhesive first. That's it. Take the front pole and the cartridge is ready. The attraction of the magnet is extremely high, so I have to have a very firm grip on the front pole, otherwise the front pole flips away and the cantilever is broken. And to get the cantilever out, the residue is not easy. So I use extra strong grip. This is a fine tuning of the cartridge. Check the pressure. A little bit too high. That's it. Okay, the last action is just 2 drips on the side and fix the front pole. You say yes when I can start again. I'll fix the front pole now with 2 drips of adhesive on both sides. Cartridge is ready. I have to, I'll do that later, the logo at front. So here's the cartridge and it will play 21 parts together. Thank you for listening and watching. We'll check it in the turntable.